Now, something we have been doing for Christmas is hopefully giving you some things that you could possibly do or be part of.
Together at Christmas, bringing everyone closer.
John Darvall.
Be part of it.
BBC Radio Bristol.
So this December, we have been coming up with ideas and giving you some helpful hope, perhaps, or hopeful help to make Christmas a little bit better, because it may be different for you. Shining a light on the local people who are doing their bit to bring people together at Christmas. Now, Caring for Christmas, that is in its 37th year. Every year, they take between 400 and 500, takes about 400 or 500 volunteers to work together at their pop-up at the Trinity Centre, which runs from Christmas Eve, Wednesday, until the 30th of December. It supports those who are experiencing homelessness in Bristol. Well, I'm delighted to say that two of those volunteering, Lexi and Jess, are with us here in the studio. Good afternoon to you both.
Hi there.
Thank you so much for coming in. Let's just start with what you are in your day job, because Lexi, you're what?
I'm a vet.
You're a vet?
Yeah, I'm a small animal vet practicing in Bristol.
Okay. And Jess, you are in the day job?
I work as a children's nurse.
Okay, so children's at the Children's Hospital?
No, I work in a children's hospice.
Okay, so that's very different to volunteering and doing what you're doing. So I'll start with you then, Jess. Why do you do this?
I really enjoy volunteering over Christmas. It's one of the highlights of the festive period for me.
Yeah.
And it's just such a warm and lovely place to be. At the Trinity Centre, there's just so much kindness and festive joy, and there feels like there's a lot of love and care there. And I just really enjoyed being a part of that.
And how long have you been doing it?
I first volunteered in 2019 when I first moved to Bristol.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been doing, this will be my 6th year volunteering.
What made you do? When you first moved to Bristol, you thought, I know, I'm going to give up my Christmas and volunteer. I'm just curious as to what the catalyst was for that. I
think, I just wanted to do something a bit different with my Christmas. And I wanted to help people. I wanted to make a difference, and have a different experience really to what I do in my day job. And also I can get some transferable skills from that.
Because obviously being a nurse is caring, and you're looking after some pretty vulnerable people, I would imagine. Because it's not, there are many layers to homelessness, but street homelessness is probably the one that is the most visible and comes with the most complications to it.
Yeah, that's right. So we do support some very vulnerable people through the project, and various a huge variety of different factors that have kind of led them to be in this. To be in the situation where you're open. And for you, Lexi, you're a vet by day, and how long have you been volunteering?
So it'll be about 10 years that I've been.
10 years?
Yeah. So I tend to take annual leave and sort of do that with this time of year.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what made you do it 10 years ago?
It's something that I'd been thinking about for a while. I do struggle with the sort of consumerism and waste around Christmas, and I feel like people sometimes lose sight of what Christmas should be about. And I think it's just a really nice place to be. Is that something that you thought about for a while, and then you sort of arrived at this? I'm just curious as to, there is a way of doing that which doesn't involve volunteering. I'm not suggesting for one moment that you don't, but I'm just curious as to, that was your answer to the sort of the golden adverts, the groaning tables, the list of presents sort of thing. Yes, yeah, and I think it's just something that like I'd thought of a few times during the year, or that I feel like it would be a great thing to do and to give back. And then I kind of just bit the bullet and signed up. And I was quite anxious for my first shift, but then really enjoyed it and signed up to a few more that same year, and then just came back year on year. Really. Okay, so let's just explore with both of you. I'll stay with you if I may, Lexi. The first time you did it, what did you expect, and then what happened? Because I'm wondering, you go there to volunteer to give,
Did you get? Did it happen in the way that you thought it would?
I think there's a lot of preconceptions of people experiencing homelessness, and it's. I think when there's that many people in one place, I think it can be a bit of a scary place for some people, but actually when you're in it, it's really not. It's just a really warm environment, very welcoming. Just a really positive place to be. And you kind of feel like this is what Christmas should be about, not about all the presents under the tree. It wasn't what I expected, and I think I got so much out of it, and it was very, I just found it really rewarding. It
sort of explains why you've done it for 10 years. But
yeah, absolutely.
I'm curious because, again, for you also, Jess, it again would be what you expect, and then what you did, and what you got from your first year.
I think when I turned up to my first year, I really didn't know what to expect, just like Lexi. I'd only been living in Bristol for a couple of months. I'd been here about 3-4 months, and already in that time I had seen a lot of people within the city experiencing homelessness, which I think probably was one of the things that encouraged me to volunteer. And the first day when I walked into that hall, and it was all like decorated festively, and all the tables were set up, and every table has like little bowls of sweets and food and snacks in the middle of the table, and Christmas decorations, and it just seemed like a really lovely place to be. And yeah, I think I hadn't really known what to expect or what the project would be asking of me, what I would be doing as a volunteer, and actually making someone a cup of tea or coffee, serving them a plate of food, or just sitting and having a chat with them can make a huge difference to them. Because
it's very human, isn't it? This is human contact, and we see it. When you see street homelessness, those who are living that life, I say living, existing in that life, probably, they don't have a great deal of human contact. This is a well-known fact, because it's that sort of, we don't know what to do. Mm-hmm. We know that invariably giving them money is not the right thing to do, but we don't know what the right thing to do is. And then this moment comes along where they have somewhere to go, a meal, a cup of tea. But it's more than that, isn't it? Yeah, as humans, we are a social species. Like, we get so much out of connection and other people, and it has a huge effect on everyone's well-being. And so to be able to do that around Christmas, where it's such a tough time for a lot of people, I think it does make quite a difference. And you can see it. You can see the difference even throughout the course of the week. You can see in certain individuals the difference of the first day, like some of the guests compared to later in the project. You can see how much they really get out of it as well. And that's really nice to see. And what do you both get out of it? I'll come back to you if I may. Jess, what do you get out of it? Because clearly you thought, right, I don't want Christmas to be the way that Christmas has been. I want it to be different. But what do you get out of it?
I think I really enjoy meeting all the different people, whether that's both volunteers and the guests that come. You get the opportunity to meet so many different people, as well as people who come and give up their time from all the different services that are a part of the project. So I really enjoy that. And I just get a lot of joy and a lot of warmth from kind of being a part of the project. It feels really special, and it just, as we've already said, it's a really lovely place to be and a lovely thing to be a part of.
And for you?
Very similar, really. I think it's not a day centered around presents, and it's centered around the people involved. And and food, which although that is a big part of Christmas,
but that is a big part of Christmas.
Yeah,
but this is different, isn't it? This is not a big meal where you'd normally. It's not a glorified Sunday lunch, is it?
No.
This is something that is very different for those who are coming to this particular.
I mean,
event.
There are so many services available throughout the week. Wellbeing services. We have, people coming and doing massage and festival face painting and the bike fixing bikes and all sorts of things, as well as support services that are really important that people rely on. But also saying that, like, this time of year is when a lot of the services are at a reduced capacity because some of them will close up over Christmas. And
so there's sort of an irony there, really, in a way, isn't it?
Really
at a time where, and this is not a criticism of them, but that at a time where probably they are the most needed because we're all hunkered down at home and there are people sleeping in doorways, in bushes, on benches. I mean, all this is true. This is what happens. In bins, so it goes.
Yeah, I mean, Caring in Bristol, they do a lot throughout the year, but I think they started out as the Christmas project, and that is the biggest part, of the biggest project they do is over Christmas, and you can see why, because it is such an important thing.
Do you see the same people?
Yes, we do. Quite a lot of people will come back year on year. But we also see different people each year as well.
Because there would be a sadness in both of those situations if you're seeing the same people year after year, that cycle is not broken. But new people mean that they've fallen in through the various cracks to arrive at that extreme homeless point.
Also, you do sometimes see the same people, but in a very different situation, a very different light. And sometimes that's really positive to see. Like, in some way, it's sad that they are returning, but knowing that is that some people were struggling a lot more 5 years ago, and to see them and have a chat with them and to see that sort of progress is, it's a really positive thing, and you can kind of see the positive effects that various people have. So
my last question, because both of you and all the other volunteers, I mean, there are hundreds of volunteers, aren't there? Who do this, hundreds of you.
Like nearly 500 last year. 400 to 500 volunteers.
And I know, like every organisation at this time of year, they're looking for volunteers to come and make a difference. And it may be for the same reasons that you've highlighted, which is why I asked you the question, that you didn't want Christmas to be the way that it was. And you get to Boxing Day and someone says one more toffee finger and you go, do you know what? I'm done with all this. I'm done with all this. And it works for other people. So what would be your recommendation to anybody who's thinking about volunteering, Jess? They think, I'd like to, but... help them with the but.
I would say to them to just sign up and to give it a go. They start looking for volunteers for next year around September, October time, and it's a very supportive process. There is a kind of introduction training session telling you a bit about caring, the project and how it works and kind of what's expected of you. And when you do your first shift, you will be very well supported. There'll be lots of volunteers who've done it for many years, and there will be some other volunteers that are also new. And there's a team leader on every shift who is there to kind of support you and help you, and they will direct you to a role that is kind of best suited to you and which you can give your best to. It's usually a 4 or 5 hour shift, so it's not even a whole day.
So 4 or 5 hours, and it gets you doing something that you perhaps never have done before, but using skills you've already got. And at the end of it, you've made a difference.
Yeah, exactly. And you can also develop your skills in terms of the opportunities.
This is what volunteering does. I mean, we talk about volunteering throughout the year, but there is a beauty to volunteering which may help younger people, for example, get a job, because it shows, a forward thinking as opposed to, just a bit of work experience. And the but for you, if someone's thinking, I would like to do this, Lexi, but what would be the answer to that but?
I don't really know why you wouldn't give it a go, to be honest. I don't know why.
How beautifully put. Why wouldn't you? Yeah.
Basically that. I think even if you just sign up to one shift to see what it's all about, there might be opportunities to do more. You're not locked in the building. If you feel like it's not for you, no one's going to judge you. No one's going to sort of think any less of you. I think giving it a go is really worthwhile.
Well, I wish you every success with this. I know it starts on Christmas Eve, runs until the 30th of December. Caring at Christmas, put that into a search engine of your choice, and you'll find out more about what you may want to do next year. Thank you very much to you both, Lexi and Jess, for coming in.
Thank you.
Enjoy your volunteering for Together at Christmas. Thank you for coming in.
Together at Christmas, bringing everyone closer.
John Darvall.
Be part of it.
BBC Radio Bristol.